Hey guys, I'm Victory and I'm going to teach you how to create a logo using Adobe Spark software. So let's get right into it. So, first and foremost, you need to understand that a good logo should have these three characteristics, which are it should be a good means of identifying your brand, it should be unique, which is a distinction, and it should communicate your brand values. And of course, your logo is not specifically your brand, but it is one of the most important components of your brand identity. So you should take it quite seriously. So we are going to look at the design brief. This is what the client wants. It's a pig farm named Creed Farms, located in Nigeria, or at least that's the target market. And the preferred colors you're looking at is green, red, black, or white. So any of these colors could work. So the client advises me to use my discretion. So this is what we are going to end up with, because this is like the finished work. This is what we came up with. So we are using Adobe Spark. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be using the desktop version, which is the web app. So let's get right into it. So this is Adobe Spark website. You can get access by signing up and logging in. So I'm already logged in. You can see the dashboard. You can design practically anything here. So I'll just search for what I want to design, which is a logo. Type logo. It brings you all different samples you can select from. You can use different templates. You can edit. You can build from scratch. I'm just going to pick this template and use it too. And you can remove the watermark of Adobe for free, so that it doesn't show up on your logo. So I'm just going to edit this real quick. Change that to the name of the business, which is Creed Farms. I'm going to resize it so that it looks good on the screen. It has to and I'm just going to rotate. Let me get rid of that one, and I'll rotate this one. This element, I think I could still have some use for it, so I'll rotate it. Okay, then adjust so that everything stays on the screen in a way that it looks, that is aesthetically pleasing. So now I'm going to align it to the left so that it aligns with that line that I dropped in the middle. I'm going to align to the left and center all the components on the canvas or worksheet or work area. Okay, so I think that's good enough. So I'm going to add an icon. Since it's a pig farm, I mean, it only makes sense to look for an icon of a pig to represent what your farm is about. Except if this was a general purpose farm, then I would have used something else, but this is a pig farm, so I'm going to look for the head of a pig. I've seen a lot of images I could use. I'll just pick the one that I think suits whatever I'm trying to achieve here best. We are not going to be concerned or worried about the colors for now. We just put that right there, and then we'll start editing colors and adjust till they fit perfectly. Alright. Alright, so I've changed the color of the pig. So now we'll look at the design brief again, and just to remind us of the preferred colors the client chose. And you can see that there's green there. So we are going to play around with green and white, because it's a farm. So I think green speaks better about a farm than green and white is a good representation of something that is natural, something that is organic. So now, this is where color theory comes in. If you click on the link in my description, you'll be able to download my a free graphic design ebook, so that you learn more about color theory and other graphic design concepts. So back to what we're working on. You select. I think I like the shade of green. You can actually use the palette to change the shade of the colors you pick. I think I'm satisfied with this one. So I'm just going to rename the file so that when I save it, it will come out with the name I've given it. So if you go through that ebook that you are going to download from the description, you'll be able to learn more about file formats. But we are just going to work with two formats here: vector images and raster. So PNG is a vector file, while raster JPEG is a raster file. So we're going to use PNG for the logo when we want a clear background, and we'll use JPEG when we're adding a background to it. So I'm going to save this as PNG, but the reason why I'm going to save it as JPEG rather, because it has a background already. It has a green background with, so I'm going to save it with the background so that I can use this image on a profile picture or for other purposes on social media, so that it has a but I'm going to duplicate this particular work so that I can create another variation of the logo. So when you create a logo, you should always have different variations for different platforms and different surfaces, because you might be working on a white surface and you need a green design in this case, and you might be working on a green surface and you need a white outline. So I'm going to change the component in the design to the brand green color. So also make sure you take note of the color code for this particular green, so that when you're using it for other purposes, you apply the same color across. So I'm just going to change the background shortly so that I can work with the components on the work area. So I'm going to change the color. So you can see the green is already selected there. Change the color for the line in between so that everything blends. Alright, that's it. So change the background to white, just so that everything is in contrast and clear to see. Although the black background also works, but I just want you to know how this will look on a white surface. So after you've done all this, you can adjust the components on your work area till you're satisfied, and the next thing is to save your work. So let's just adjust till you're satisfied. So now we are going to save this in PNG with a transparent background, meaning the background is going to be excluded, so only the components on the work area you would see on the logo. You would not see the so this is the finished work. You can see both of them are on the same surface, but one of them has a background of green while the other doesn't have any background at all. So that's it. A simple logo for your farm. If you want to learn more, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification, and